What's up guys, Marty teambeige here, and today we're back with another video, and today I'm bringing you guys my current Labrynth deck profile post Maze of Millennia. So, Transaction Rollback is out, and it is one hell of a card, and we have already seen Labrynth doing really well at some tournaments already with it, and this is a deck that I personally enjoy. I know it's not a favorite to most people, but I personally enjoy it, and it's currently what I'm going to be playing probably until Phantom Nightmare, and maybe even past a little bit of Phantom Nightmare. It depends on those populist prices. Anyways, if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe to Team Beige, and let's get right into it. So, starting with the main deck, I have a fully constructed deck for you guys, kind of as a template, and also after my general testing for the past couple of days. So let me guys know what you think in the comment section down below. But to start things off, we have 3 Ariana. She is the Stratos of the deck. She is absolutely insane, one of the best cards. And then 1 Ariane. So with the addition of Transaction Rollback, she is amazing. Because she can send Transaction Rollback and really any other normal trap from your hand or field to the graveyard to special summon a level 4 or lower fiend from your deck in defensive position. So she can get Ariana, she can get your furniture, and which made me realize that Chandraglier can also activate on the field. I've been reading this card for a year and I completely didn't realize this could send itself from the field, like Stovey. That's kind of crazy. Speaking of Stovey, we are playing 3 Stovey as well to pair with our Chandraglier. And then we are playing 2 Kuklok. 2 Kuklok has sort of been the norm right now, if not 1. You kind of just don't want to see it all the time. It's pretty okay. And then to round out the rest of our Labrynth monsters, we are playing 2 Arius. So I'm just going to actually bring this down here. So we have 2 Arius. Arius is kind of in a weird position. I really like Arius as a card, but I think with Transaction Rollback being maxed out, which we are in this deck, it kind of conflicts with Arius because you really don't want to go Arius set Transaction Rollback. You want to send it off your furniture or your Ariane. And so you kind of are limiting your, like, what you're using in this deck with Arius, and so I decided to just play it at 2. I did try it at 1 for a bit, and honestly, it worked, but I currently am trying it at 2 as well. Just also have more Labrynth names. 2 lady, and 1 lovely. Pretty standard for Labrynth monsters, all things considered. Not much to say about that. So that's it for the Labrynth monsters. And then up next for our Labrynth Speller Traps, really short and sweet, we are playing the 3 Big Welcome Labrynth and the 2 Welcome Labrynth. And that is it. I am not playing the field spell. I feel like the field spell is only good into like really heavy back row lists, like Rescue Ace or the Mirror, and otherwise it's kind of just not great. And we're playing another card instead. And yeah, that's kind of it. So we're just playing the 5 Labrynth spell/traps. It's kind of all you need. And then the main card of the deck that makes this deck so crazy right now, 3 Transaction Rollback. This card is absolutely insane. It can copy a normal trap in either graveyard. If you activate this card on your field, you can target a normal trap in your opponent's graveyard after paying half your life points, and it can copy that card's effect. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it from your grave and pay half your life to target a normal trap in your grave, copy that card's effect if it was activated. So this card is absolutely crazy. There's already a bunch of things going around. People are trying to figure out how this card works. It has already been determined that I believe that this does not work with Eradicator Epidemic Virus, at least the second effect does, because it is Eradicator in the TCG says it will linger 3 turns after this card's activation, but you didn't activate it. You just banished this from the graveyard. So I believe for it to work, you have to target your opponents with the first effect, I believe. Konami hasn't said anything specific, but that's currently from what people have gathered. And also, if you DD Crow the target of either of these cards, even when this card activates, I believe it resolves with that effect. I don't want to spread misinformation, but that's currently what the OCG ruling is. I'll pop that on the screen right now. Took a bit to discover that, but this card's absolutely insane. Don't get me wrong, this thing really gets the deck going. You can Welcome Lab twice. You can use this target Big Welcome to summon a guy, and then use the Big Welcome in grave to bounce something. It's absolutely crazy. This card is so good. Absolutely, I think is a 3 of. And then for our 2 normal traps in the deck, we are playing 1 Karma Cannon and 1 IDP. This is kind of just the best 2 right now. You could play more Karma Cannon, but I think that these 2 are honestly fine. I don't really miss setting things off of Lady, like anything crazy, even like post side. There's some things in the side deck that we have, but I think the 1 Karma Cannon and the 1 IDP is enough. Karma Cannon for links and like tower decks, or even just protecting yourself. And the IDP for the Fire King and the Mirror Match. So, pretty good. I like these cards a lot. Next, we are playing the 3 Pot of Extravagance. This is a furniture list, so you really want things to discard. And also, this also is good Ash bait, even though with Transaction Rollback, we can kind of get past that, which is kind of nice. Speaking of the devil, we are playing 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 Droll and Lockbird, 3 Infinite Impermanence, and the 1 Called by the Grave. So let's talk about some like logic behind this. So Ash and Imperm I think look pretty normal as far as Labrynth goes. Ash is a generically good hand trap. Called by has been played, but you're probably like, wait, where's the Labrynth Field Spell? That's what Called by is replacing in this list. And then usually what takes the place of the Drolls in my list would be Nib in most other lists because of the Nib furniture combo. But Nib really just isn't that great right now, and I think Droll is just really, really strong. I think I've been main decking Droll since YCS Richmond back in November and even like a bit before, and honestly, I haven't had any regrets. I think it's pretty strong. Ash can sometimes be a little bit low impact in my opinion, so I think that's one thing you can be wary of. If anything, maybe you can swap the Ashes for something else that's like a normal trap, or even the Unchained Engine, maybe like the Escape, the Shavara, and then maybe the Field Spell if you wanted to, or even like a Karma Cannon. But yeah, so that is it for the main deck. Clean 40. I think Labrynth does its best at 40 cards, but that's just my opinion. For the extra deck, we are playing only 2 Chaos Angel, and then we are playing 2 Typhon. I was playing 3, and then I saw Bonfire's price.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
And I went, you know, it's okay. It's fine. And honestly, I've actually been testing when I've been using 2 and 2. It's been fine. I haven't, like, it hasn't been the end of the world. 3 Muckraker. This card is just great to bring back your Lovely and re-summon your Chaos Angel. You can summon Chaos Angel, link it for Muckraker, reborn the same Chaos Angel, and get another banish. It's kind of crazy. 2 SP Little Knight, just to be able to make for utility and banish our opponent's cards, and just to have off of Extrav. 2 Dark. Dark is just a generically good link with Diabell running around and Bestials and this, and like there's a lot of good Darks. I don't think Dark would be irrelevant. We are playing the 1 Relinquished Anima for the Kuklok, the 1 Clara and Raksha to be able to get into the Little Knight with any of our normal summoned or set monsters. This hasn't come up a lot, but it's good in theory. And then the 2 kind of like flex spots that are replacing the 3rd Chaos Angel and the 3rd Typhon is I'm actually playing 1 number 41 Baguska and 1 Abyss Dweller. So what's the logic behind these? Baguska is actually really good right now. It kind of shuts down a lot, hits Race, hits Fire King, hits like Flu. We hate Flu. Sorry, Nacho. Baguska just like does a lot, surprisingly, and it's pretty good. And also it's a fiend, which is really good, and it's easy to summon off of Ariane. Ariane just sending a normal trap from hand, summon Ariana, you get your search, and then you overlay. Or even with Arius, or even your lab traps. Like, there's a way to make Baguska. Dweller is also kind of niche. I think you probably set it up for like this matchup or the Fire King deck, but honestly, pretty alright. I had someone recommend maybe even putting in a Hida, just because of the popularity of Fire King and Rescue Ace, and honestly, I'm not against it. I might try it, but I don't know necessarily what I would cut yet. So that's it for the extra deck, and I am going to show you guys a sample side deck. So this has been something that I've just kind of been testing with. There's like, I'm not sold on anything yet, but I may try this out at a locals this week. I kind of looked at a lot of different profiles between the TCG and the OCG. So let's hop into it. I am playing the 3 Nibiru. The 3 Nibiru are in the side deck just because I think this card is really strong against Vanadium and a lot of combo decks. And he's just going to sit here for now, I think, until he deserves to go back into the main deck. And then we're playing 3 DD Crow. I think DD Crow is incredibly strong right now. Also with 2 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. I wanted to play 3 Bell, but I had to make a kind of tough call in the side deck, which you'll see really soon. DD Crow hitting Fire King, Transaction, rollback targets, Labrynth. It just does a lot. And then Bell also protecting yourself from Bestials and also being good against Fire King and the mirror match as well. And then for a little bit of secret spice, shoutouts to Robert Smith, his deck profile. I'll link in the description box below. But we are playing 3 Impulse and 1 Fire Attacker. This is an OCG thing that we've seen before, and we've even seen it in like a tier limit list in the TCG before the Shufflers got banned. I think can't remember which YCS it was, but it was like the end of 2023. This just lets you search for your furniture, search for your like rollbacks and pitch them to the grave and kind of just shape your hand in a way. You usually, from what I saw from Robert's profile, he was saying he was setting out imperms when putting these in and putting just in hand traps to follow, which I think is really smart. So shout outs to him for that idea. But then the adjustment that I made was I cut a Ghost Bell for a Harpy's Feather Duster, and then the last 2 being Magic Deflector and Different Dimension Ground. I really wanted Harpy's Feather Duster in here just as a blowout against Rescue Ace, because I felt like without the field spell, there's like less ways to kind of deal with large amounts of back row. I tried Cosmic for a bit, and I do like Cosmic, especially against like the Runic matchup and Fire King, but I just really wanted a blowout, and I did like also try Evenly, but I think the 1 of Duster is pretty nice, and the Magic Deflector and Different Dimension Ground are just really great against like Fire King, and Magic Deflector hits Rescue Ace, Runic, like a bunch of problematic matchups. But yeah, so that's it for the deck profile. Again, shout out to Robert for the idea for the Fire Attacker. Let me guys know what you think in the comment section down below. Overall, I think this deck has a lot of potential over the next like month or so, and it like has a bad Fire King matchup. And we know that Fire King is going to be the deck to beat post Phantom Nightmare, but I think this deck still has a possibility to be somewhat relevant post the ban list, or I'm sorry, post the Phantom Nightmare. So I plan on enjoying it while I can. But anyways, guys, if you liked the video, hit that like button down below, subscribe to Team Beige, let us know, or let me know what you think of the deck profile. And yeah, guys, I'm Marty, and I will see you all later. Peace.